You had an article from August 10th titled Israeli Military Assassinates Prominent Al Jazeera Journalists Prior to Invading Gaza City. And the article is in references, it references the Israeli military force to what you say assassinated a journalist named Anas al-Sharif, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, of Al Jazeera. For folks who maybe haven't followed this story, can you tell folks a little bit about what happened here and why you thought the word assassination was appropriate for it?
Well, sure. So this is one of several Al Jazeera journalists now that have been killed by the Israeli military since they started. I'm going to use the word genocide, but since they started the bombing campaign or ethnic cleansing operations that they've undertaken throughout all of Gaza. Clearly, they've been targeting these journalists because what we've seen is they'll go and release materials where they label a particular journalists that do have massive followings. And Anas al-Sharif was someone who did have quite a following on social media. People around the world were following his reports. And in particular, I draw attention to how just a few weeks ago, we were watching him describe in very emotional detail how he was starving while he was out there daily collecting the latest news related to this war on the people of Gaza. And so the Israeli government, and particularly through the military, had labeled Anas al Sharif as a Hamas cell leader, signaling him out, suggesting that he was involved in the military wing of Hamas. And so when this strike was carried out on Gaza City, it particularly went at this media tent. It didn't only kill Anas Sharif, it also killed 4 or 5 other colleagues. I mean, technically speaking, we should be saying they bombed and killed an entire Al Jazeera crew that was there in Gaza City, nearby the Al Shifa hospital, and that they were all essentially exterminated in that moment by this attack. And I believe that they knew what they were doing. I don't know if they knew they were going to kill all those other people, but I mean, they had obviously been tracking Anas Sharif. If we go back to last year, he was one of several individuals that was put into a fabricated dossier, which was called out by several press freedom groups as putting like the crosshairs on the back. And there's another journalist that was in that. There was a group of 6, and in that group of 6, one of them was Hassam Shabat, who was already killed by Israel several months ago, and he was a high-profile journalist as well. And so the press freedom organizations from around the world, some of the major media organizations have caught on to the fact that they are targeting journalists in this manner. But as we could get into how much they have failed those in their profession who are doing this hard work in Gaza. But I think the point needs to be emphasized here that the reason why they would go and assassinate him at this point is because, as I presented it and framed it, and I didn't just come up with the frame myself, I should credit people who are Palestinian journalists and others who are following the conflict closely. The way that they presented this incident is to say the Israeli government had already authorized a plan to invade and occupy Gaza City. It's going to be a massive takeover. They're going to be pushing hundreds of thousands of people out of this city. There's going to be lots of bloodshed and destruction. And they didn't want somebody like Anas al Sharif there on the ground to report on it because he has been effective. And so that's why they targeted the media tent where he was located prior to invading Gaza City.